Imagine this. You step into your bathroom early in the morning, the light hits your shower glass, and instead of that clean, fresh shine you wish you could see, there it is again, that cloudy, stubborn, almost chalky layer that just refuses to go away. You've scrubbed before. You've tried sprays, wipes, even those expensive cleaners that promise crystal clear results, but somehow nothing really works. And right at that moment, you start thinking, is this just how it's going to look forever? Now, here's where things get interesting, because what if I told you that the solution to years of soap scum buildup is probably sitting in your home right now and costs less than $1? No harsh chemicals, no exhausting scrubbing, no complicated steps, just one simple trick that most people completely overlook. But don't skip ahead, because what I'm about to show you works in a very specific way. And if you miss even one small detail, you might think it doesn't work, when in reality, you were just one step away from seeing your glass look brand new again. So let's start with something most people don't realize. Soap scum isn't just dirt. It's actually a stubborn combination of minerals from hard water mixed with soap residue. And over time, it forms a layer that bonds tightly to glass. That's why regular cleaners fail. They clean the surface, but they don't break that bond. And here's where the magic begins. Before you even touch your shower glass, there's one tiny prep step that changes everything, and most people skip it. You need to slightly warm the glass. Not hot, not steaming, just warm. Why? Because when the glass is warm, it opens up the microscopic pores on the surface, making it easier for the cleaning solution to actually penetrate the buildup instead of just sitting on top. You can do this by running warm water over the glass for about 30 to 45 seconds. And right here, you might be thinking, wait, is that really necessary? Yes, because this is what separates average results from that, wow, I can see my reflection again kind of finish. Now comes the $1 trick, plain white vinegar. Sounds too simple, right? That's exactly what most people think, and that's why they never try it properly. But here's the secret. Vinegar isn't just a kitchen ingredient. It's a natural acid that breaks down mineral deposits at a chemical level. But don't just pour it on and hope for the best. There's a method. Take a spray bottle and fill it with white vinegar. If you want to make it even more powerful, slightly warm the vinegar before pouring it in. Not boiling, just warm. This increases its effectiveness without damaging the glass. Now spray it generously all over the shower glass. And I mean generously. Don't be shy here. This is where most people go wrong. If you lightly missed it, it won't be enough to break through years of buildup. Once sprayed, pause. This is the moment where most viewers would normally rush to scrub, but don't. Let it sit for at least 2 to 3 minutes. And while you're waiting, you might start wondering, is it actually working? Yes, right now it's slowly dissolving that stubborn layer you've been fighting for years. Now here's the part that makes this trick go from good to unbelievable. Instead of using a rough scrub brush, use a simple, damp microfiber cloth or even a soft sponge. Why? Because at this point, the vinegar has already done the hard work. You're not scrubbing off the scum. You're gently wiping away what's already been loosened. Start wiping in small, circular motions. And as you do this, you'll begin to notice something surprising. The cloudy layer starts disappearing almost instantly. And that's the moment most people stop and think, wait, why didn't I know this before? But don't stop there, because we're about to take it one step further. Once you've wiped the entire surface, rinse it lightly with warm water. And right now, your glass should already look dramatically better. But we're not done yet, because here's the final step that gives you that streak-free, like-new finish. Take a clean, dry microfiber cloth and buff the glass gently. This step is what removes any leftover residue and prevents streaks. And as you do this, something incredible happens. The glass doesn't just look clean, it actually starts to shine. At this point, most people pause and just stare at their shower glass, because for the first time in years, it actually looks clear. But wait, what if your buildup is really old, like years and years of soap scum? Here's an advanced trick. Take baking soda and sprinkle a small amount onto your damp cloth after applying vinegar. When vinegar and baking soda combine, they create a gentle fizzing reaction that helps lift even the toughest deposits. But here's the key. You don't want to scrub aggressively. Let the reaction do the work. Light pressure is all you need. And again, as you wipe, you'll start seeing those stubborn spots disappear one by one. Now, you might be thinking, okay, this works, but how do I stop the buildup from coming back? This is where most people make a big mistake. They clean once and then forget about maintenance. Here's a simple habit that changes everything. After every shower, take 20 seconds to wipe down the glass with a squeegee or cloth. That's it, just 20 seconds. This prevents water and soap from drying on the surface, which means no buildup over time. And if you want to go one step further, once a week, do a quick vinegar spray and rinse. It takes less than 2 minutes, but keeps your glass looking brand new, all the time. Now imagine this. No more scrubbing for hours. No more wasting money on expensive cleaners. No more avoiding looking at your shower glass because it just won't get clean. Instead, every time you walk into your bathroom, you see clear, shining glass that looks like it was just installed. And the best part, you did it with something that costs less than $1. Now here's a quick question for you, because this is where it gets really interesting. Before today, what was the one thing you thought would never come off your shower glass? Was it those white cloudy stains, or those stubborn streaks that just wouldn't budge? Think about that for a second, because chances are you were just one simple trick away from fixing it all along. And if you made it this far, you already know something most people don't. So the next time you step into your bathroom and see that glass starting to lose its shine again, you'll know exactly what to do. And trust me, once you try this the right way, you'll never go back to those expensive cleaners again. Just wait until you see the difference yourself. And just when you think you've seen the best part of this trick, something even more surprising is about to happen. Because what most people don't realize is that how you dry the glass can actually make or break the entire result. Yes, even after removing all that soap scum, one small mistake at this stage can bring those annoying streaks right back and make it look like nothing worked at all. So here's the part you absolutely don't want to rush. Right after rinsing, when the glass is still slightly damp, take a fresh, completely dry microfiber cloth. Make sure it's clean because even a slightly dirty cloth can transfer residue back onto the surface. Now, instead of randomly wiping, start from the top corner and move in slow, controlled strokes going downward. And as you do this, keep your eyes on the glass because this is the exact moment where the transformation becomes almost unbelievable. You'll literally see the shine following your hand as you move across the surface. It's one of those moments where you pause and think, is this really the same glass? But don't stop there, because here's a detail that most people overlook, and it's the reason why some areas still look slightly dull even after cleaning. Pay close attention to the edges and corners of the glass. That's where soap scum loves to hide. It builds up slowly over time, and since most people focus only on the center, these areas are often ignored for months, sometimes even years. So take your cloth, fold it into a small edge, and gently work it into those tight corners. You might notice a slight resistance at first, and then suddenly it gives way, and the clarity matches the rest of the glass. Now, at this point, you might be thinking, okay, this looks amazing right now, but how long is this going to last? And that's exactly the right question, because the real secret isn't just cleaning, it's keeping it clean with almost zero effort. So here's a powerful habit that hardly anyone talks about, and once you start doing it, you'll wonder how you ever lived without it. Keep a small spray bottle filled with diluted vinegar right in your bathroom. Every couple of days, not even every day, just give the glass a quick light spray after your shower. Don't scrub, don't wipe immediately, just let it sit while you finish your routine. By the time you're done, lightly rinse it off. That's it. What this does is it stops the buildup before it even has a chance to form. And here's where it gets even more interesting. If you live in an area with hard water, which most people in the United States do, those mineral deposits are constantly trying to stick to your glass. It's not about whether buildup will happen, it's about how fast. But with this simple habit, you slow that process down so much that your glass can stay clear for weeks without deep cleaning. Now imagine this scenario. A guest walks into your bathroom, the light hits your shower glass, and instead of that cloudy, neglected look, it's crystal clear. They might not say anything right away, but they'll notice because clean glass has a way of making the entire bathroom feel brighter, newer, and more taken care of. But wait, what if your glass has those stubborn white spots that still don't come off completely? This is where we take things one level deeper. There's a little known trick using something incredibly simple, a lemon. Yes, a regular lemon. Cut it in half, dip the cut side lightly into baking soda, and gently rub it over the problem areas. And right here you might be thinking, why a lemon? Because lemon contains natural citric acid, which works similarly to vinegar, but adds a slight abrasive effect when combined with baking soda. This combination targets those ultra-stubborn spots that have been sitting there for years. As you rub it in small circles, you'll notice a faint fizzing reaction, and that's exactly what you want. Let it sit for a minute, just 1 minute, and then wipe it off with a damp cloth. And this is the moment where most people are genuinely shocked, because those spots that refused to move before suddenly fade away. But here's the key. Don't overdo it. Gentle pressure wins every time. If you scrub too hard, you risk scratching the glass, which is something you definitely want to avoid. Now let's talk about something that almost nobody mentions, the temperature of your bathroom during cleaning. It might sound minor, but it makes a big difference. If the room is too cold, cleaning solutions don't work as effectively. If it's too humid, drying takes longer, which can cause streaks. The ideal condition? Slightly warm with good airflow. Even just opening a window or turning on a fan can improve your results dramatically. And right about now, you might be connecting all the dots, realizing that it's not just one trick, it's a combination of small, smart steps that create that brand new look. But we're not done yet, because there's one final pro-level tip that takes everything you've learned and locks in your results for the long term. After your glass is completely clean and dry, apply a tiny amount of water repellent solution. It can be something as simple as a drop of rinse aid, the same kind used in dishwashers, diluted in water. Lightly wipe it over the glass and buff it dry. What this does is create a thin, invisible layer that repels water, meaning droplets slide right off instead of drying and leaving marks. And this is where things get even really exciting. The next time you take a shower, watch what happens. Instead of water clinging to the glass and forming spots, it beads up and rolls away. It's almost satisfying to watch, and more importantly, it means less cleaning for you in the future. Now, take a second and think about how much time people usually spend scrubbing their bathrooms, how much they spend on products that don't deliver, how frustrating it feels when nothing seems to work. And then compare that to what you just learned, a simple, affordable, incredibly effective method that doesn't just clean, it transforms. And here's the best part. Once you've done this once, every future cleaning becomes easier because you're no longer dealing with years of buildup. You're just maintaining a surface that's already clean. So the next time you walk into your bathroom and catch a glimpse of your shower glass, instead of feeling that little bit of frustration, you'll feel something completely different. Satisfaction, because you know exactly what to do and how to do it the right way. And if you're still watching right now, here's something I want you to think about. What's the first thing you're going to try? The vinegar spray, the baking soda boost, or that lemon trick for stubborn spots? Whatever it is, don't just watch, try it. Because the real magic doesn't happen in the video. It happens the moment you see that glass turn clear right in front of your eyes. And right when you think your bathroom transformation is complete, there's one powerful realization that most people miss. And this is what separates a clean-looking bathroom from one that feels truly fresh, bright, and almost like a hotel experience every single day. Because here's the truth. Your shower glass was just the beginning. The real magic happens when you take these same simple, smart techniques and apply them to the rest of your bathroom in a way that's just as easy, but even more satisfying. So instead of stopping here, let's keep going, because what you're about to see next will make everything come together. Now shift your focus for a moment, from the glass to your shower head. At first glance, it might look clean, but if you look closely, especially around the tiny holes, you'll often see white buildup starting to form. And here's the thing, that buildup doesn't just affect how it looks, it actually affects water pressure. You might have noticed your shower not feeling as strong as it used to, and this is usually the reason why. But here's a simple trick that feels almost too easy to be real. Take a small plastic bag, fill it with white vinegar, and carefully tie it around your shower head so that the head is fully submerged. Now, pause for a second, because this is one of those moments where people start wondering, is it really going to do anything? The answer is yes, but only if you give it enough time. Let it sit for about 30 to 60 minutes, and while it's sitting there, something powerful is happening. The vinegar is slowly dissolving all those mineral deposits from the inside out. When you remove the bag and turn on the water, this is the moment you'll feel the difference. The flow becomes smoother, stronger, almost like it was when the shower head was brand new. And it's not just about performance. The clean, even spray instantly makes your entire shower feel more refreshing. Now, as you step back and look around, your attention might move to another area that quietly collects grime over time: the grout lines between your tiles. These lines may seem small, but they have a huge impact on how clean your bathroom looks. Even if everything else is spotless, dirty grout can make the entire space feel dull. So here's a simple trick that works incredibly well without making you feel like you're scrubbing forever. Make a simple paste using baking soda and a little water. Apply it directly onto the grout lines. Then, this is important, spray a light layer of vinegar over it. You'll see a gentle fizzing reaction start immediately. And right here, you might feel tempted to scrub right away, but don't. Let that reaction sit for a couple of minutes. That fizzing is doing the hard work for you, breaking down dirt, mold, and stains. Then take a soft brush or even an old toothbrush and gently go over the lines. And as you do, you'll notice something incredibly satisfying. The grout starts returning to its original color. It's one of those transformations that feels almost instant, and suddenly your tiles don't just look cleaner, they look newer. Now let's move to something that people often ignore completely: the bathroom mirror. You might think, I already clean my mirror. What's different here? But here's the detail that changes everything. Most streaks on mirrors aren't from dirt, they're from improper drying. So instead of spraying cleaner directly onto the mirror, spray it onto a microfiber cloth first. Then wipe gently and immediately follow with a dry section of the cloth to buff it. And here's the moment you'll notice the difference. No streaks, no haze, just a clear reflection that almost feels sharper than before. At this point, everything is starting to come together, but there's still one area left that can quietly ruin the entire look if it's not handled right: the floor. Now, bathroom floors can be tricky. Water spots, soap residue, and sometimes even invisible buildup can make them feel less clean than they look. But instead of using heavy chemicals, here's a simple method that works beautifully. Mix a small amount of dish soap with warm water and add a splash of vinegar. Mop the floor lightly, not soaking wet, just damp. And then, this is the key, go over it once more with clean water to remove any residue. As the floor dries, you'll notice something subtle but powerful. It doesn't just look clean, it feels clean under your feet. No stickiness, no dullness, just a smooth, fresh surface that ties the entire bathroom together. Now step back for a moment and take it all in. The glass is crystal clear, the shower head is flowing perfectly, the tiles and grout look bright again, the mirror is spotless, the floor feels fresh. And suddenly, your bathroom doesn't feel like a chore anymore. It feels like a space you actually enjoy stepping into. But before we wrap this up, here are a few simple tips that will keep everything looking this way without extra effort. Always keep a squeegee in your shower. It's the easiest way to prevent buildup in the first place. Leave your bathroom door or window slightly open after showers to reduce moisture and prevent mold. Use a microfiber cloth instead of paper towels. They clean better and don't leave lint behind. And most importantly, don't wait until things look dirty. Small, quick cleanups are what keep everything effortless. Now here's something I want you to think about. Most people believe that a clean bathroom requires time, effort, and expensive products. But what you've just seen proves something completely different. It's not about working harder, it's about working smarter. And once you know these simple tricks, you're no longer guessing. You're in control. So the next time you walk into your bathroom and you see that shine, that clarity, that fresh feeling, you'll know exactly how you made it happen. And that feeling, it never gets old. Now, before you go, I want to ask you something. Which trick surprised you the most? The vinegar method, the lemon hack, or that simple shower head trick? Drop your answer in the comments. I read every single one, and I'd love to know which one you're going to try first. And if this helped you even a little bit, make sure you hit that like button because it tells me to keep bringing you simple, powerful cleaning tricks that actually work. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications because the next video might just solve another problem you've been dealing with for years in a way you never expected. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.